Come on in, and we're going outside onto the deck. It's a beautiful day here in North Carolina. But before we get there, let's do a little introduction. My name is Habiba, and you are watching Kenton and Habiba. And welcome. This is normally a lifestyle channel where we share videos of our family, our children, a lot of multicultural cooking. But I thought I'd do something different and share our plants with you, and I hope you really enjoy it. So let's get this started.
So we tend to use the door or sliding doors on the other side, and let's go out. I'm going to give you a quick overview first of the backyard. So I'm standing on the far corner of the deck, and it's really a deck that runs across the length of the house, the back of the house. And they're pretty much about 4 zones, I would say. There's the dining area, or the area that I use as a dining area on the lower deck. And then further up over there is an area I use for like little breakfast, and where I sort of living room type setting, but outdoor furniture. In this area in the middle, we just kept it wide open and blank. And still on the bottom deck, we have this ginormous grill, which you've seen before. We have it covered with a tarp. So this is Kenton's baby over here. Yeah? A double grill. Okay, I'll put a clip and show you.
Okay, so that's my husband and son by the grill. The guy in the white shirt, vaguely Asian, as we joke, that's my husband with his grill. He was so proud that day. Yep, that's him doing the most. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he was really proud of his meats. That's him on another day. He had some burgers, some corn, some hot dogs, all kinds of stuff. But anyway, let's get back to the garden.
All right, since I did mention this is where I often have breakfast over there, let's start here. Okay, so we're on the upper deck, and the first plant you'll see on your way there is this beautiful hibiscus plant. As I've shown you in many of my vlogs, I love this hibiscus plant. It has so many buds on it. It is a warm weather plant, so unfortunately in the winter it will die, but I think it's so worth it. You can see a few buds coming up, a few flowers. Sometimes I come out and they're like 5 flowers all at once, and it makes me so happy.
With all this heat, it was great to have some rain the following day, and also to see 2 flowers bloom, which then attracts hummingbirds directly to the flowers. It's so beautiful.
As I said, we live in North Carolina, and it does snow here, so plants like this do not last during the winter, so we'll probably have to bring it into the garage. I planted these other small plants below, and these were like small for about $1, $2 at most from Lowe's, and I put several of them in here, and it's just done really well. And right next to it, we have this little lady statue, and I have a little candle holder on top of it, and I just think it looks so nice sitting right next to this draping plant. There is a built-in bench that goes in an L shape, it's a small built-in bench. I have a little glass table, and this glass table I actually got from a thrift store a few years ago for $30. Can you believe that? Yep, $30, that little table there, and it's very functional. The umbrella I bought new from a store a couple of years ago. Okay, on the table I have this exotic tropical plant. The light's not very good. And this was a gift. If you've seen a vlog in the past, you would have seen the lady that gave it to me, and I'll put her name below. And over here I have this bonsai plant, which, believe it or not, I've had for at least 15 years. So that's how you know it's a real bonsai. We've literally had this for 15 years. Most people think it's fake because they see the rocks on here look like they're glued on, but below these rocks is real dirt, and these leaves fall off, they grow back, and yeah, we've had this indoors most of the time, but I thought I would bring it out here to just get a little bit of moisture and a tad bit sun. And over here I have this miniature orchid. This orchid, ooh, the leaves look like it needs some cleaning. This orchid loves humidity. So if you have a bathroom or an area where you have a lot of humidity, this orchid does really well. So I took this out of my bathroom also to just give it a little bit of outdoor sunshine, but she needs cleaning. And yes, the flower does grow, and yes, this will last for a long time. Let's meet our first doll. Well, this is not a doll. This is Miss Rose. She's a teddy bear, and she comes from the famous Vermont teddy bear factory. And I have had this teddy bear, honestly, for at least 25 years. This was a gift that I cherish from my mother, and I call her Rose because she reminds me of my mom. I got this teddy bear when I was in college. I think I was going through exams, and my mom decided to send me one of these huge gift boxes with snacks, and the teddy bear was also included, and she had her own box. She has wings. You see the wings? She has wings on her. I do need to sew her up here. I don't know, maybe she's been eating too much and she busted through it. So we need to sew that up. But yeah, you can see the label, the Vermont Teddy Bear Company. Proudly conceived and made, sewn in the United States of America. So yeah, she is more than 20 years old, and her limbs are posable. So not far from Rose, we have this hydrangea. And hydrangeas remind me of New York, upstate New York, where we used to live. So the pot is either from Ross or one of those, TJ Maxx. These pots we've had for several years. We've probably had this for more than 10 years because it came with us from our last house. The hydrangeas were planted, yep, more than 10 years ago, and every year they come back. So we leave them outside in the winter. The leaves obviously dry up and die, but then they come right back come the spring. So there's one flower.
See, that's the same plant a couple of months ago. Beautiful pink flowers.
Okay, so this is the middle portion of the deck.
So this is what the deck looks like in the fall. This is last fall before I moved a few things around and put more furniture out there. It's a nice wet mess, beautiful golden mess.
This plant, which we used to have in Nigeria, it also lives in warm weather. And for those of you who know plants, you know this is the type of plant where if you break a piece and you put it in water, it will grow roots. Once the roots come out, then you can plant it and you have a whole new plant. And now let's walk to the area that I spend the most time. But before we get there, look what we have here. These are what I call elephant ears, the colorful ones. I'm sure that's not the formal name for them, but this big plant here we got from the farmer's market. And if you haven't been to the farmer's market here in North Carolina and you live here, you are really missing out. Above this big colorful bushy plant is a little angel I have here, and I've had her for probably 10 years, honestly. So everything I'm showing you are things that I really cherish. All right, I love this little angel, and look at her wings. She is so pretty. She has these little berries around her neck, and you can pose her, but she always sits. So I have another hydrangea right here in the corner between this built-in bench that is an L-shaped right here, and I also have a couch that we purchased, or outdoor couch that we purchased from Lowe's. And this here, what you're looking at, is my favorite spot to sit at when we have company, when we have kids over. This is where they gravitate. So let me show you. So I think my vibe is kind of bohemian, kind of ethnic bohemian, a bit of this, a bit of that when it comes to my outdoor look. So here is the little two-seater couch, and I like to sit there and read a magazine. There's the built-in bench. And some of these cushions, like this one, it's one of those indoor-outdoor cushions, so it can go in or out. We have a coffee table here that came with that bench, and again, that came from Lowe's. The rug is actually made out of woven rubber. It reminded me of rugs that I had seen in Nigeria growing up, and this kind of has this Moroccan type vibe to it. It was very inexpensive. We got it from some sort of home decor store. I think it was called My Home, something like that. That was actually the name of the store, either My Home or Home, something like that. But if you live in North Carolina in the RDU area, you know what I'm talking about. Over here, let's get you to meet these two little girls. And this doll, let's start off with this one. This is Addie, and Addie here is, believe it or not, more than 20 years old. She's older than my children. Yeah, she's very, very special to me. She's got this medal. She's one of the American dolls. You know, the American dolls, American Girl dolls. She wears this beautiful felt skirt with a jacket. It's probably a little warm for her right now. She's got this pleated shirt. She has her hair braided. I think I braided her hair many years ago. I think it did not come like this. She's a little dusty, but let's stand her up. Okay. So yeah, this doll is special to me because she was the first doll that I purchased myself. Up until this point, my mom would buy me, or my parents would buy me toys and dolls, but this was the first doll I had purchased myself with my own money from my job while I worked in California. And it was also a gift to myself for getting into medical school. So I'm going to show you here. I'd written myself a note so I wouldn't forget ever. Addie, purchased in 1995 for $100, gift to self after getting into medical school, living in California at the time. Over here we have Miss Kaya. Miss Kaya is a Native American Indian doll, and this doll actually is my daughter's doll. But my daughter, Miriam, does not love dolls like I do. We bought her this doll, her father in particular bought her this doll when she was about 5 years old. So we had just moved to North Carolina, and he got her this doll. It comes with a horse, but she doesn't really play with it. So I think I appreciate this doll more than she does. She likes more like teddy bears, and she likes hard toys and stuff like that. She's not really a big doll person. She tells me she thinks they're creepy. She's always thought dolls were kind of creepy. So I'm sitting down in front of the dolls right here, and I just want to show you what's on this outdoor coffee table. I have some books. I love home decor magazines and books, and this one in particular is not bad because when you want ideas for outdoor decorating, I like that sort of shabby chic feel, sort of well-lived but valuable pieces and vintage pieces. In the house, I kind of am a mix of a few things or a few styles. I would say global style is probably more me when it comes to my decor in the house. A mason jar that's filled with fairy lights. in a previous vlog, you see I show you where we purchased it, and it's solar panels, so at night it glows. How cute is this? This is part of the Old Country Rose china, and her ear broke, so it's okay. She can sit outside, and I might put a flower in her. Another little trinket. And I have some string lights that I had running along it, which I can turn on, and it lights up, of course, at night. In this corner, I have some of my favorite plants. This we got from the farmer's market in Raleigh, and it's huge, but it's doing so well here. I think it loves the humidity and the fact that it doesn't get direct sunlight. So there is, you know, an overhead part of the roof here that protects it from direct sunlight, and so it has done really well. It's been raining a lot recently, so she is flourishing. And I wish I could tell you the name of this plant. If you know, comment below, let me know what this plant's name is. I'm gonna look closely at the leaves so you can see. Isn't it beautiful? Underneath that plant is a plant that I had in my bedroom, and this one is very common. This is what I call the money plant. It trails, it hangs, it grows really well. It's easy to take care of if you water it. It was looking a little pale, so I thought it deserved to be outside a little bit before I put it back in my room. Over here I have a plant that I'm very proud of. This is my fiddle fig plant. When we first got it in the winter time and had it indoor for a while, it was struggling. It had all these black marks on it, so that's why the leaves look like they've been chopped, because I didn't know what to do. I panicked and I ended up cutting off all those black areas. I had read that they were either due to a fungus, or it could have been due to being overly watered. I wasn't sure. Anyway, we ended up repotting the plant and providing it better drainage, so now it does drain well. It sits outside. We don't even have to water it. It gets enough rainwater. But look what's happened. This is where the plant originally stopped, and now we have this huge shoot. It has grown super fast. I have a new fiddle fig, and this one has tons of leaves and is really nice and bushy, and it has to be about maybe 2-3 feet tall, but it's so beautiful. I love this plant. I absolutely adore it. What is shocking is the skinny one that I first showed you, we had that shipped from California for almost $100, and then lo and behold, Lowe's right here in North Carolina started selling these, and this was about $20. So we were so shocked. For actually, I think it was slightly under $20 we got this fiddle fig. So if I do it right, we will have a tall bushy plant for years to come. Silver one, we've had that for years. I actually had it in my bathroom in my house in Laurinburg, and then sometimes I have it here in the living room. You can find these at TJ Maxx. You can find them all over the place. Sometimes even Ross will have a few nice ones. But yeah, it's very practical. You can sit on it, you can put drinks on it, you can use it as a table, a side chair, whatever. Alright, let's walk down to the lower deck where we started. This area I consider where we dine. So again, there is a grill over here, and then we have a 6-chair dining table. I think we got that at Lowe's. We brought the chairs with us, so the chairs were something we owned years ago. And over here is this 2-tiered long glass table made out of wrought iron and glass, and it's very practical. I have a tomato plant on it, And these tomatoes are ready for the picking. Might want to cook them today. Yep. Okay. So next to the tomato plant, we have this beauty right here, and this is actually a lamp. I bought this lamp for my daughter's room, but as I've told you, my daughter does not like these dolls, so I've kept her for myself. She is so beautiful. She is porcelain, but the arms are posable, and she's got these fairy wings, and she's got these tassels, or not really tassels, but you see this sort of frond under a very layered wide skirt or dress. But yeah, she is so beautiful. Okay, and let's show you the last doll that I want to show you is this beautiful Belle. She is also an old doll, and she is a doll from Madame Alexander, and I'm so sad because Madame Alexander, which is a US based doll maker, no longer makes these 14-inch tall dolls, or what they call fashion dolls. They make the baby dolls, you know, the little girl dolls, but they don't make the fashion dolls anymore, and that really makes me sad because I love these. One of these days I will try to reward myself with another doll or find them on Amazon. I'm sure somebody's selling them secondhand somewhere. But all the dolls that I had purchased, I bought them brand new with their boxes and certificates. Just look at this veil though. Look at this veil. Do you see that? Look at her gown. Look at the pearls, the necklace. Look at her hairdo. Finally, the last of our plants are all of these edibles over here. I decided to put them against this railing, and I put this raffia type straw mat here just for a little bit of privacy. I'm not sure if it's doing much, to be honest, but it does help create some shade for these plants. So these are all tomato plants. We get a lot of tomatoes during the summer so far. We've had a lot of tomatoes. So that's one, that's one. Over here, this tall crazy looking one is lemongrass, which is used in a lot of Asian dishes. It smells so good. And I also have some basil. Basil, lemongrass. We have mint in there somewhere. Ooh, we have some peppers, and these are Thai chili peppers. You can see these are definitely ripe. These are totally edible Thai chili peppers. Over here I have some blueberries. So we've had this blueberry plant for a couple of years. I bought this before we moved a few years ago, and we haven't had a lot of blueberries this year before they turn blue. So yeah, that's it for my plants. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know this was different. You gotta look at my plants, my deck, and my dolls. I know, interesting combo, isn't it? Well, don't forget to thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you, and appreciate every subscriber that we get. We're in August and on the road to 5K. Bye bye.